the security situation keeps mutating. You know, if you allow continuous banditry going on, you know, people, it mutates. It is beyond just stealing livestock. It has now moved to also boundary fights. And these boundary issues have been there. You know, land fights have been there for a very long time. So they keep manifesting itself in different ways. Sometimes as banditry, but sometimes as an outright conflict on land issues. So there is a perennial land conflict around the Oruk area and around the border of Baringo North and Baringo and Tiati constituency. And that, you know, continues to pose a challenge, just the same way Tiatich and Turkana East and Turkana County, and towards Samburu and towards also the question of Baringo South. I want to say this, that I encourage leaders in Baringo County to appreciate that Baringo County is one county in the first place. One county. Land issues within Baringo should really not become an issue. This constituency and the other constituency, that is still Baringo County. In fact, we have administrative units in other counties in this region where there is an overlap. For example, you just go to Elgeyo Marakwet here. Kerio Valley sub-county is both Marakwet East and West. So it shouldn't really create all these problems. What we need to do is to do a proper land demarcation so that once everybody has their title, it does not matter whether that resident is a Tugen or a Pokot and is living in Tiatich or lives in Baringo North. It will not matter because it is a titled citizen of Baringo County and Kenya. And therefore, where you find yourself administratively should not be an issue. The biggest issue here is that the fight over resources, pasture, water, is actually driven by the fact that we don't have clarity on titles. And there is a titling program that is going on, and we will continue supporting it from the security sector. We will also support our brothers and sisters in the lands sector, working together with the counties to make sure that everybody is given their own title. Once they have their title, whether they will be in Baringo North or Baringo or Tiati, doesn't matter. They will all be in Kenya, and that person will have sanctity of title, and their property and land will be protected. As you know, the president, when he came to office, ordered that we must work hard to make sure that the schools that have been closed, students can go back. I'm happy to report that many of those, nearly all of them actually, have had 100% return, even though we cannot say 100% normalcy because they require facilities that are going to help the students. We are still working hard to see how best we can establish some boarding schools that are joined, that have children from all communities studying together. Resources permitting, as you have seen, there is a debate about resources in the Ministry of Education. There is only so far you can go. And I think it's important to ask well-wishers and other development partners to partner with us, and working also with NGCDF to build good schools that are going to be boarding schools that are going to hold students in this region and help them work together. KDF has done its part. The security teams have done their part. We are going to continue working together to upscale this process. I need to say that the constituency that is giving us big security problems here is Tiati constituency. And it's not by accident. It's the reality that Tiati constituency is one of the most marginalized constituencies. The biggest problem there is that there are no schools, no roads, no health facilities, no everything, you know. The concentration of development is along one belt, along the urban areas, Chemalingot, here in Tangul Bay. And so there is need to open up the interior part of Tiatich. We have agreed from the security sector that we are going to establish, and I announced last time, that we are going to establish another seven police stations. I am going to be announcing today that 4 must be built in the next 4 months. By December, we must have new 4 police stations, and not police posts, police stations that are going to be inside Tiati constituency. Places, for example, as I've said, Silale Ward has only 1 secondary school, you know, and doesn't have any police station. I think it doesn't have a police station at all. An entire ward doesn't have a police station. You have a number. Tirioko needs another police station. So I have said of the 7 police stations that I say they must be built immediately, I want to see 4 being built by December. I've given myself a deadline of December to come back, and we have OCS and police station and so forth. Government to be present where there is a problem than to come and create a buffer between 2 constituencies. We want presence of government inside. On the security roads, we have had very clear consultation with the Minister of Roads, and again, we'll be rolling out some of these security roads, very good maram roads with good bridges that will enable us to have access inside there. The people also are still demanding proper network coverage in these areas, especially our security officers. Again, we will be working together with Communication Authority of Kenya through Universal Fund to support the network providers to see even where they cannot make money from it, they help us to install these communication gadgets for purpose of access in that place. Our desire is to have government presence here. You know, the President announced that we will have KDF training grounds here, and we are going to be, as already been directed by the President, the KDF is working out a program to see which areas that is going to happen. And I want to say that we are going to stay in this valley until peace is fully restored. We are doing very targeted, intelligence-led operations in this region. And we are not only focusing on the small people, the young people. As you know, many bandits are between 15 and 21 years. We are only not focusing on them. We are focusing on their financials. We are focusing on those who are selling guns. We are focusing on those who are selling ammunition. We are also focusing on everybody who is inciting and facilitating. And you must have seen that the police officers have arrested in the recent past, and also some characters have found themselves at the crossroad when they attempt to fight police officers with guns. Some of them have lost their lives, unfortunately. I am here to announce what I did again yesterday in Elgeyo Marakwet County, to say that for every young person, because these are children, some of them 15, 16, 17, they are perpetrators, but they are also victims of society with poor education and so forth. We are giving them this assurance that if they surrender their guns and leave banditry, the government of Kenya is going to find resources working together with its agencies, including NGCDF, to get them scholarships to go to technical colleges. They learn to be masons, they learn to become plumbers, they become electricians, and then we can help them find other ways of making a living in affordable housing and other places. We want to extend this olive branch to our young people instead of fighting police officers, because we are going to be ruthless. In the next 2-3 months, we are going to be very, very ruthless. And we want them to tell them, surrender your guns, surrender ammunition, hand over to government, exchange it with the pen, exchange it with training, so that we can be able to change this valley. We're also going to do sports activities that are going to be supported by security agencies, the Office of IG, the KDF, working in a multi-agency way. You will see sports activities around this August, and other cultural activities that are going to bring together young people so that we can enhance that interaction. We have a very robust program in this Kerio Valley. We know that this problem has persisted for long. We are going to be relentless in working on this issue, and we are not going to spare anybody. I am glad that all the leaders of this county are in the forefront in supporting this process. I want to urge them not to fall into the temptation of politics, because elections is around the corner in the next 2 years as we do campaigns and so forth. I want to urge them not to fall into the temptation of cheap politics, of inciting citizens to fight themselves or to engage in acts of banditry, because that will be retrogressive. And also because we are going to be very, very, very ruthless. We are not going to exchange lives of our people for political gain. I want to just assure, these are my friends, these are elected leaders, we were elected together, so I know them. And being my friends, I have told them, on certain terms that the President has given us marching orders We are not going to compromise on the question of security. We also want to do something about identification of people in Baringo. You have about 161,000 people in Baringo County who are of adult age, above 18, and they don't have any ID. They do not enjoy SHA. They don't enjoy any government services that are supposed to be enjoyed by people. Even their children cannot get birth certificates. They are not, recognized in any form. And these people are losing a lot because they are not identified. You will be seeing when I launch this mobile registration live capture system that will work with county government and the national government to see, and all the leaders here, to see how to mobilize our people to get identity cards. Tiatich is the most notorious constituency with about 40-something thousand people, almost 45,000 people who do not have ID. That is calamitous. That is actually a disaster. You have people who are 70 years and they've never seen an ID. That is gross marginalization. That person cannot get any government services, or perhaps they don't need it because there is no government services in the first place, presence of government inside there. So we want to work towards registering them, but also ensuring that we provide government services and government presence in that place. I have become very detailed on that issue because it's the most important issue in this county and this region. Other than that, we still have problem of proliferation of illicit alcohol here, drugs, some of which adulterated ethanol that is being sold in this place. The security officers have done their part, but we need to up our game. I have said in the past, and I repeat, that there is no way alcohol can be sold in any place and drugs can be sold in any place without the knowledge of the chief, assistant chief, and the OCS. And we're going to become very firm on the police officers who are condoning this very unacceptable behavior. Other issues that are necessary and good for security in this area shall be discussed in the Jukwaa la Usalama. I thank you very much for listening to us, and I want to take only 3 questions, then we go.